Yeah, I just feel a little kind of crappy this morning. I had like bad nightmares last night. I get this way when I'm like focused on like my kids and stuff. But good morning. It's about 6:45. This is we are about right now 90 miles from Timberline Lodge. That's our next destination. And today, I think I'm gonna try to go just like 25 miles. I'm just gonna try to kick it like 25 for the next 3 days. This is gonna be a pretty tough day. It's gonna be a lot of climbs. I have a very heavy pack right now with food. Where we're gonna end the day is somewhere on Mount Jefferson. It is a big, long, steep climb. At the end of the day, we have 2 other climbs, one of which is beginning basically right now. Anything around 25 miles would be good. I had a really bad sleep last night. My abuser's been filing a bunch of stuff in the courts, continuing just to harass me. And I had to file something back. This, when I was in Sisters, I made a court filing. And these things always like throw me for a loop. I had a bunch of nightmares last night. Like I did not sleep well. I just can't stop thinking about my kids. I just stopped for a little water at this lake here, and Rock Pile Lake, I guess is what it's called. And making decent time this morning. This is basically the top of the climb. It's a little unusual to find a lake right at the top, but we did a big climb. We're going to kind of be bouncing up and down on this ridge for a little while. I expect there's going to be really, really good views. And then we're going down, and then we're going up the big massive climb of the day. We got about, we have quite a ways to go before we get to that big climb. But yeah, we're going to finish the day with our big massive climb up Mount Jefferson. All right, it's 10 o'clock. I'm about 9 miles in. I missed my 10 by 10, but that's okay. I'm making decent pace this morning. I started a little late and stopped for water. And I feel like my pace is on point today. At least I feel okay about my pace. I do wish I was another mile ahead, but I'll take it this morning. I mean, just look at this view this morning. So this right here, that's Mount Jefferson, and that's where we are going. So right now we are climbing. We are about to go down into the valley. We're going to come across, and then later today we are going up Mount Jefferson. And that's our big climb this afternoon, but we'll be there in a couple hours. Yeah, I just feel a little kind of crappy this morning. I had like bad nightmares last night. I get this way when I'm like focused on like my kids and stuff, but yeah, it's, I don't know, not good. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock and I'm like 12 miles in, 12 and a half miles in. These views today are absolutely insane. So this is Mount Jefferson here. And I don't know if you can tell, but like right behind me, this is just a huge drop off, like thousands of vertical feet down this valley that separates the mountain that I'm on from the next mountain up, which is Jefferson. So anyway, yeah, I keep saying we're gonna hit it down, but we haven't started going down yet. I think it's gonna be actually very soon. I turned around this corner and I haven't looked at my map yet, but I will right now. Okay, so it's about 12 noon. I'm like 14 miles in right now. So here's the deal. I thought, like when I wake up in the morning, I usually have like a rough idea. I'll be like, yeah, if I go 25 miles, and I'll look on far out and I'll see like where the tent sites are around 25 miles and get an idea for my options in the morning. The thing that I didn't realize, and this morning when I looked at far out, what my options were like, there were a bunch of tent sites. So right now we were at like 6,500 feet. We're going down to like 4,100 feet, something like that. And then we're coming back up on Mount Jefferson to around, I think like 6,900 feet or something like that. And it was on that climb, that last climb on Mount Jefferson, where I would be today, somewhere around like 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 miles. And there were a bunch of campsites on there on that climb. And I was gonna, you know, so I could stop. 25 miles gets me halfway up Jefferson to like a sick tent site. What I just realized is that all those tent sites are closed for rehabilitation. So there's like a rehabilitation zone somewhere on the climb up Mount Jefferson. And all the tent sites that I thought were options where I could stay in that 22 to 27 mile range, they're closed to me, so I can't go. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So I need to look a little closer at my options. I'll get lunch at some point and I'll figure this out. But I'm either gonna have to pull up short today and camp before the restrictions, or I'm gonna have to go past and through it and all the way over this big climb, which I don't know. The thing there is I think that puts me up at like 33 miles today, and I'm just not pacing. I was not planning on doing 33 miles today. I'm not pacing myself like 33 miles. I was on trail late. Like I don't think I've got 33 miles in me. I think it will be too dark. I don't want to hike. I'm not a big like coming to camp at 10 p.m. Sort of guy. So I don't know. But yeah, so if I can get to like 22 or 23 miles and pull up short, I'll do that. If it's like 17 and I have to really pull up short or something like that, like, I don't know. I need to figure out exactly where these exclusion zones begin and end. Okay, yeah, so I checked out where the closures are. It's like a 4-mile stretch up Mount Jefferson where I can't stay. And but I can camp at the beginning. It's like the beginning of the closure is at like 25 miles. So I'm gonna go 25 miles today. And I think that I still need to look exactly where the tent sites are and which one I wanna go to and all that stuff. But that's fine, that's fine. I know that there is a campsite at the place where the closure starts, so I can just camp right there, and I know that that's 25 miles, but I'll check it out. I'm gonna stop for lunch in a little bit. We're going way down right now, way down. Okay, so it's about 2 o'clock. I'm like 16 miles in. I just sat down here for a little lunch. I'm on the downhill portion of today's hike. We're going way down to something just over 4,000 feet, but I'm a little sore. I'm a little stiff from sitting down from lunch. I sat down for just about an hour and stood up, and everything's really creaky and sore today. But the one thing I do need is water. Water that I've got. I have about half a liter left, but I'll stop in about 3 miles to get some water, and then I think it's about 9 miles to this tent site, to the start of this exclusion zone, or I keep calling it exclusion zone. I don't know what it's called, the rehabilitation zone. Yeah, there's a 4-mile stretch where you can't camp because they're trying to rehabilitate the tent sites and the pathways and all that stuff. But I think that's what's going on. But anyway, here we go. Okay, so now my problem is I looked at these new tent sites that I can stay at are all completely in the burn zone. There's widowmakers everywhere, these dead trees with limbs and the branches that fall, and just, sleeping in like piles of ash. Like, I don't think that sounds good. So I'm heading down in about 3 miles. There's a creek at the bottom of this climb, and I got to make a call. I either have to go 20 miles today, like 21 or 30. And I just don't, I don't know. I wasn't thinking 30 in my head this morning. I didn't pace for a 30. I'm not on track for a 30. And so if I did need to do a 30, which would be up a very, very steep climb for the last like 57 miles, yeah, I would get in really late, I would get in really late. Maybe after dark, I'm gonna sit down when I get water. I'm leaning towards just calling it at 20, but I need to look. I need to look to make sure that I'm not completely blowing up my my hike to Timberline Lodge if I did take a 20 today, but I'll see. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock. I'm 21 miles in. I'm actually at Mill Creek. I'm past Mill Creek. What I did, the tent site's down at Mill Creek where I was gonna plan to call it today, because of the exclusion zone and because of the burn zone where I'm gonna camp. I wanted to actually check out the tent sites, and this place right over here, looks sufficient. And I think there's at least 3 more tent sites up here, but I'm gonna go back down and fetch some water and carry it up. But before I got the water and carried all the water up, I just wanted to see what I was dealing with up here in terms of tent sites. These are not, these tent sites are not on far out. They are just, people had commented about them. So just wanted to check them out, see how they were.